Well, welcome back to Accidentally Country. As you can see behind me, I've got two quite large Widowmakers. The second one far behind me is about 10,000 pounds to my estimation. This is quite dangerous. As a matter of fact, this is the first video I've ever done where I'm actually a little bit scared. These are called Widowmakers for a reason. So while I am going to show you what I am doing, this is, the wind! It is risky, and if you have any concerns, hire a professional. Don't risk injury. Don't risk death. With that said, we're going to tackle this tree first, and then we're going to go for the big boy. So, follow along. This is Accidentally Country. All right, a couple of tips before we get started, and these tips could save your life. First of all, if you have branches overhead where you're cutting, do not cut that tree down. They could easily come down under the pressure of the tree that's holding them up. There are people that have died doing that. Secondly, one of the majority of deaths from this come when people try to cut the tree that is supporting the leaning tree. You cannot estimate which direction the tree will go. So if that is your option, leave it alone. It crossed my mind until I did the research. Third, make sure you have a viable escape route as soon as that tree starts moving once you make the cuts. I'm going to show you some cuts. The second that tree starts buckling, get out of Dodge. So there's two different cuts that I have seen. One is I've seen people do the wedge cut, where you cut a wedge, very similar to what I've done when I back cut a tree to bring it down. And then you come up from the bottom. And the reason you do it in that order is that once the tree gets ready to give, if you do the start from the top last, the tree is going to want to collapse on the top, and so therefore it'll pinch your chainsaw, and you don't want to do that. So we're going to do a cut here first and then come up from the bottom. The second this starts to give way, we're getting out of there. The second type of cut I've seen people do, and there's differing thoughts on it, is not to do the wedge cut, but just to go straight through and then come straight up. That's the cut I'm going to try. Just seems simpler, don't want to mess around, and we'll see how that works. Stupid. That's all I got. I moved it like 4 feet. All right. So I don't want to call myself a professional logger just yet, but I can't rule it out. Well, this has been an experience. The tree is now completely vertical, barely leaning against the other tree. Way too dangerous for me to attack it with a chainsaw because it will fall straight down. So I've got some throw line and some rope. We're gonna throw it up there and pull it down. Wish me luck. Well, 5 years ago, I never thought I would be doing something like that. So first off, we're gonna save the big boy for another video. I don't like them going too long. That would have taken way too long. Few things I learned throughout the way. One, wedge cut's the way to go. Very easy to get that intersecting cut if you do the wedge cut on a Widowmaker. Two is, if you can't get that throw line high in the tree like me, it's almost impossible to pull down by hand. My son wasn't here to help me. Even if he was, I don't think he could have done it. The come along is absolutely the way to go if you're trying to pull a tree that's vertical like that. If you like this video, learn something, please like and subscribe. My family will tell you every time I get a new subscriber, you hear me yelling throughout the house, I got a new sub. So please make sure you hit that button. Help me be obnoxious to my family. Thanks for watching Accidentally Country. We'll see you next time.